writing assessments. Are you happy with the writing assessments when one-on-one feedback was given to you, your letters were corrected? How do you feel about that?
Ma'am, that was also again showed the amount of individual attention that we got because when there are many students, often you don't get the individual attention.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Saika Yunus Khan, English instructor for OET, IELTS, and PT courses from Academically. Today, with us, we have Dr. Rishad, who has recently cleared his OET exam with amazing scores. Above 400 has been there for almost 3 modules. So, to begin with, Dr. Rishad, many congratulations, and tell us, how do you feel?
First of all, good evening, ma'am, and
Good
thank you so
evening.
much. And I feel fine at the moment. And currently, I'm also preparing for AMC course.
That's great. And how are you feeling about your scores? Like I said, you have gotten approximately 400 above in 3 modules. 440,
Yes,
430,
ma'am.
420 has been your scores. How do you feel about it?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I felt very good, and that after preparing, that I could score such good marks. And
Mhm.
obviously, under your guidance, it has made a big difference to study under the guidance of a really good English tutor,
Thank you
and
so
it was
much.
really helpful.
Okay. So how was your overall experience with us? I mean, not only as your English instructor, the team, whenever you wanted to connect with the team, the scheduling of sessions as per your request. How do you feel about the support that was given to you?
Yes, ma'am. I felt really helpful because obviously we are in the field where we are in the healthcare field, and the timing will always be a challenge for us. And to prepare for an English course is all the more challenging as
I
well. So
understand.
you need to find the right time, and the time adjustment made by the team was really good. And Bharti ma'am was also really flexible, and she was always available and acting as a bridge. And also, ma'am, you were also willing to be flexible with your timings as well, so that we could have classes as well. So it was
Yeah,
really
let's
helpful.
just mention the timing. So, since all of us are aware that how busy healthcare professionals are, how occupied your schedule is, so if we calculate the timings, how much time did you give to your preparation per day? If you calculate as per your working hours, then definitely you need some time for yourself as well. So, what was the time management?
Yes, ma'am. In total, I think I took almost 3 months for preparing. But
Mhm.
initially, I used to attend the classes and do a few exercises, and the classes were about an hour or so, and used to do about half an hour of practice. And eventually, as time went by, and only one month was remaining, was when I actually, came into the track and started preparing really well. And that was when I devoted around 3 hours per day, maybe, for all the exercises.
Okay, so initially you started with approximately 90 minutes, including the 1 hour class, and with
Yes,
time,
ma'am.
as soon as you booked the exam, you started giving 3 hours to the preparation. Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
So, tell me more about if, as you are aware that there are 4 modules, was there any module
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you found a little challenging, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Yes, ma'am. One of the most challenging exercises in this OET exam was definitely the speaking session for me. I
Mhm.
found it really challenging initially, but as classes went through, we could really see the progress that we are making, and that gave a sense of confidence while preparing for the exam as well. And here in Kerala, we don't usually interact or speak
Right.
English much, other than for the symposium or the seminars.
Mhm.
So we write English, so the other 3 sessions were okay, but speaking was really a challenge for me.
Well, and I remember you asking for specific one-on-one sessions for speaking. So, how do you feel about that? The individual attention that was given to you, the one-on-one speaking sessions, particularly apart from the writing guidance, etc., speaking sessions particularly. So, how much time did you give to these speaking sessions, and how do you think if there is any scope for improvement about it?
This one that was the most helpful part in this whole program. the one-on-one sessions was like a gem of an item because it really helped me improve. And even when I kept making the same mistake, you were always there to support me and to say that's all right. You make the same mistake, but again you can go read the cue cards and interact with someone, practice with someone else. And the half an hours were really helpful, and it made a big impact for me in the speaking
Well,
session.
I
The
see that
score.
out of 4 modules, speaking is the highest scored module. Am I right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
you have gotten 440 in your speaking subjects. Okay. Tell me, apart from those one-on-one sessions, we as a team provided some practice materials, mock tests,
Yes, ma'am.
even grammar activities were there. So, how effective do you think all of that content is?
Yes, ma'am. Again, that is also very helpful. Don't get me wrong. Speaking was the most important, but the other materials were also really important. Especially reading and listening. I think time management is important there,
Yes,
especially reading,
absolutely. Right.
because listening is at the moment when you hear something you write it down. But reading is when you need to come back again maybe and make sure of some of the options you've ticked in. So that was important. And writing again, the exercises provided and the sample materials provided were really helpful. And you could compare your, the practice
Initial attempts.
writing you made, yeah, and
Right.
you can compare it. And obviously, you made some corrections as well. So that was also really helpful.
And okay, so apart from this, what about the writing assessments? Are you happy with the writing assessments when one-on-one feedback was given to you, your letters were corrected? How do you feel about that?
Ma'am, that was also again showed the amount of individual attention that we got because when there are many students, often you don't get the individual attention. And in this case, whenever we send it through the email on that day or the next day, we get the answers or the corrections that you made. So we could work on our writing as well, and that was really helpful.
Okay, well, I am glad that we could help you in one way or the other. But let's assume that if you had to retake the exam, is there anything that you would do differently that you did not do this time? Because there are many students who are in line preparing themselves for OET courses. So, what would be the best recommendation and suggestion from you?
Ma'am, certainly one thing that I would think I would try to improve would be attempting all these exercises at the same time and seeing where my concentration span lies. Because during the exam, I had a difficult period where the three exercises were at a stretch.
Right.
That is excluding the speaking session. So when it's from 9:30 to 12:30,
Mhm.
you feel kind of exhausted, and I think the presence of mind has to be there and you have to be fresh, minded while appearing the exam. So I felt that was a challenge during the exam.
Okay, so it would be a suggestion from you in a way to keep yourselves mentally prepared that
Yes, ma'am.
this is the time length that you're going to sit for an exam for 3 to 4 hours together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so before we wrap up, many congratulations to you once again.
Thank you.
What would be your, wrapping up words or last words for our students who are aspiring to clear OET now?
I think first and foremost, you have to be confident in yourself, whether it be any of the exercises.
Absolutely.
And it takes time, but eventually you'll get there. And with proper discipline and dedication, I think you can achieve it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Rishad, for joining us, and many congratulations to you once again. You have already
Thank
joined
you, ma'am.
AMC as well, so I am glad that maybe soon you'll have another session for AMC feedback because you're going to clear that as
Yes,
well.
ma'am. Hopefully.
Congratulations. Bye bye.
Thank you.